So I made a negative video on Sonic Mania, then a semi-negative video on Sonic Forces. Well, you know what? Let's try to be positive for a bit, and talk about what I actually liked with the classic Green Hill Zone stage. I could talk about how the invisible springs make a return, or that it's Green Hill again, or that this fucking checkpoint is too small. But no, it's time to be positive. My first time watching this trailer, I was greatly disappointed to see they would be taking the Lost World approach to the design, in that it looks very simple. But it took me a couple of times to really appreciate the detail in the level. For example, the lighting is beautiful, especially when Sonic is run down this bridge. The grass blowing in the wind looks great, and it's really nice detail that when Sonic runs on the grass, little sheds of grass come up from the ground behind him. I think it's one of those games that you really have to pay attention to how much care went into the graphics. Even saying that, the detail in the background stuff still isn't on the level of the Generations, I don't think. It might be that the water is gone and that it's replaced with sand. I don't know, that's not the game's fault because it's clearly going for that sort of approach. But I don't know, the water sort of made Green Hill pop out a bit more. And I cannot tell you how happy I am that we did not get another remix of Green Hill Zone. The music that they showed was actually pretty nice. I actually really enjoyed that. I remember I watched the trailer maybe another 3 times just because how much I liked the original music. And I know lots of people were annoyed because it sounded sort of like ear grating or something like that. But whenever they said for Generations the classic stage we're gonna have like remixes to make it sort of sound like it came from a Mega Drive or something like that, that's sort of what I pictured, like this music that we've got for Green Hill Zone and Forces. So, and I'd rather have an original piece of music than just another remix Green Hill Zone, because how many remixes that have we got already? Like, we've had how many Green Hill stages? It's got to be over 10 at this point, remixes of Green Hill Zone, so I'm just really happy that we got something original and that it actually sounds pretty good. I really like how the enemies are inspired from the Motorbugs, Buzz Bombers and classic enemies, but are designed to look more like Robotnik's new line of robots, which I think will give this game's enemies a bit more consistency. Like Generations, you know, obviously it had to do this, but the enemies all came from their respective games, so enemies in every stage were different. But I hope in this time they at least have the same theme of this sort of, everyone said, Tron-like enemy designs. Sonic appears to have the drop dash, which at first I wasn't sure how I felt about it, and I'm still not 100% on board with it, but at least they're giving classic Sonic some new moves to tie it in with Mania. Which makes me hope, this probably won't happen, but I hope Mania ends with like modern Sonic coming through a portal or something like that, and or not modern Sonic, Eggman or someone like that, pulling classic Sonic into the present. I don't know, that probably won't happen, but I think it'd be cool. We can see that the bubble shield makes a return, and it looks like how it did in the classic games, unlike in Generations where it was the adventure shield. And it's actually in the stage instead of having it activated on your own, so maybe we'll see a return of the elemental shields in normal stages as well. Even though it's Green Hill again, I can appreciate them at least trying to be somewhat original with the sand in the background, even though I think they should have tried to integrate it with the stage instead of just being a background. Because even though it's sand instead of water, it's still Green Hill Zone primarily. And I really like the detail that instead of having those big, very blatant and obvious bottomless pit signs, they actually have X's made out of wood that look like, you know, it's very subtle, like you wouldn't, like, I never realised it until I watched Game Explain's analysis on it, but it's actually a really nice detail that they put in. So yeah, I'm surprised that the one thing I didn't want in Forces being Green Hill Zone again got me to make a positive video on it, but whatever, I'm still excited, and what the fuck am I writing on this script? Okay, I think I got what I'm trying to say. I hope that the one thing they don't do is like in Generations where both classic Sonic and modern Sonic play through the same stage. I hope that they at least get some stages that the other one doesn't get. I hope we don't have modern Sonic playing through Green Hill Zone as well as classic Sonic, because that was a problem that I have with Generations. And you know, the same with like classic Sonic playing through the destroyed city. At least have them, if you're going to do that, at least have them playing through different parts of the stage. Like, who knows, maybe we will have modern Sonic in Green Hill Zone, but modern Sonic will be playing in the desert place, so I don't know. So I made this video because I hope I don't come off as being very negative about Sonic. I'm very happy with what I've seen of Mania and Forces so far. I don't like giving off the impression that I hate everything Sega does as long as it's not what I want. I mean, if we got my way, we'd be getting Heroes too, but I know we'll never get something like that. So I just hope that I don't come across sometimes in my videos as like, what word? A hater, I guess would be the word. Because I generally am really excited for these games, but I'm like optimistic about these games being successful, especially Mania. It'll do well without a doubt. But Forces, there's just some stuff that I hope they don't do. For example, OC customization thing that everyone's like putting a rumor out for. I don't like that idea. Because, you know, I like talking about Sonic, but I don't want to be positive all the time because, you know, what's being positive about Sonic really gonna do? Just tell people about what I like. I more like to talk about what I don't like, so I can see other people's opinions on the same stuff. You know, as long as they're actually giving me their opinion instead of just okay, just go on to the Mania video and just read the comments. They're pretty funny. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Bye.